If you told the 13-year-old me, the girl who weighed 119 kilos, struggled with her thyroid and didn't feel comfortable in her own body, that one day fitness would change her entire life, I would not have believed you. Genuinely, I wanted to sit down and speak about my fitness journey, but before I get into that, make sure you hit subscribe because there will be 1 to 2 uploads per week, and make sure you give my Instagram and my TikTok a follow because there's daily content on there. But now I wanted to actually sit down and talk about my fitness journey, how I got into fitness, and it's something that I speak to a lot of clients about, and they're like, how are you so active? How do you incorporate fitness into your daily routine? So I wanted to throw it right back. I wanted to speak about how from the age of 3 to 18, I danced. I did ballet, tap, modern, street and jazz. I went to school, but I also went to full-time dance, part-time dance school. It really, really did mean that I was always encouraged to move. I was always encouraged to find some form of movement which suited me. And at that time, it was dance. I really believe now that as much as I love dance, it was the group of girls that I was surrounded myself with. They were amazing. They were a family away from family. And when you're with these girls day in, day out, they know the ups, the downs, the beautiful and the also ugly side of life. They supported me through everything, and I'm still friends with them to this day. Movement was always encouraged by my parents. There was not one school team that I was not in. So netball, football, hockey, dance, any type of like sports team I could get involved with, I was involved with. And I genuinely loved PE. Like, I was that person at school that used to love PE so much, and it's something that I genuinely, hand on heart, thoroughly enjoyed. And to be fair with you, now looking back and being neurospicy, it's because I just genuinely couldn't really pay attention, and PE was just an outlet where I could be myself. And I also remember one parents' evening where my teacher turned around to my mum and said, she's got an attention span of a gnat. Still very true to this day. It's just me to a T. So dance was my first love. And then swimming. I nationally swam until I hit the lovely Mother Nature. And then I gave it up because I found being a female and also dealing with Mother Nature and all the ins and outs that went on with, it kind of fizzled out. But dance was constant, and it taught me how I was so committed to a sport and how powerful movement can be, and it connected me to my health so much that I didn't even know that I was doing something that was healthy. So then at about 9, obviously I got diagnosed with a thyroid condition, and if you've not watched those videos, please go back and watch them. This is not that. And I got my thyroid diagnosis, and it impacted how I felt about myself. So I was generally quite an active kid. I ate very well. My parents always encouraged healthy eating. And when I was, I believe it was 15 or 16, could be a little bit younger, I was 119 kilos at my heaviest. And as a teen, I remember so well my Twitter name being Living Life 24/7, and people at school changed their Twitter name to Eating Life 24/7. I hid in the toilet to eat. I never ate in public. I had a real phobia about eating in public, and that's something that I'll quote what one of my doctors told my mum and I. She's obese. She needs to get control of this. And I remember my mum turning around and said, we're doing this naturally. So I did start the gym at 13. I started cardio, and I did go see a nutritionist at a very young age, and it really showed me the importance of eating well and moving right. But that didn't stop me having a takeaway or enjoying life to the fullest. It really showed me that I was really, really frustrated and upset at my own body, because looking at both my parents, my brother, my sister, genetically they're very, very small, slim, if you want to put it. And I didn't get cut from that cloth. I got cut from a very different cloth where it impacted my schooling, and I was in the hospital a lot, and I was gaining excessive amounts of weight, sleeping a lot. And I just felt different from others, and I didn't understand why I was so different from others. So I remember this so well. I was 13, and my dad has always trained twice a day. He has always encouraged movement. He has always encouraged feeling fit, feeling your best. and I stepped into the gym for the first time. I remember stepping into that gym and genuinely not knowing what day of the week it was. I remember feeling so overwhelmed, and it wasn't even busy. It was just like one of those hotel gyms. But I remember I was so nervous but excited and intrigued because it was something new that I'd never done. Dance was comfortable. I knew where I was going. I knew the people I was doing it with. But then I started to learn about training and movement and my health slowly over time. I learned knowledge from other people. And then I really made a conscious effort to try and educate myself early on. So diet, thinking, diet culture, overtraining, all of that, I've done that. I love to train so much that I was training twice a day. And I learned a lot in that process, and I grew a lot in that process. I realized the importance of fueling myself correctly, not overtraining, giving myself adequate rest and recovery, something that's massively underrated. There's that famous saying, you grow outside the gym. Yes, it's true. I still have a real big passion for training, and I'm still developing my training today. That's why most of my Instagram is my training, because I'm still trying to learn and share that knowledge. So now let's bring it full circle. Let's talk about today. From dance to gym beginner to where I am now, living such a structured fitness lifestyle, embodying that as a whole. It's really important that I just feel my best. And that's why bodybuilding fell so easily for me, because I love to train, and I've generally been on a meal plan since I was 9 or 10, eaten very well, and I am very type A. I feel like most of us are. The discipline helped me, but I've healed along this journey, and I've healed my relationship with food. I've healed my relationship with myself. I felt empowered. I've even felt so empowered that I help others. And it's no way near the aesthetics, the way you look. That's just a byproduct. As I speak to many clients, I say to them, when you fall in love with the gym for this, that's when you're in the money. So I wanted to sit down and speak about my fitness journey, because everyone's fitness journey is going to look different. And when you walk into a gym, you may feel overwhelmed. You may feel like, wow, there's a lot of fit people around me, or wow, everyone feels like they know what they're doing. But everyone's a beginner at one stage, and I was too. And if it's one thing that my journey has taught me, is that fitness is not about being perfect. It's about finding your strength even when your body is against you. So I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions around my fitness journey or anything I've said, please make sure you leave it in the comments down below. Please also give this video a like, because it pushes it out into the algorithm, and it really helps me. If you know anyone that could benefit from this video, please give it a share, and I look forward to seeing you next time.